All right, here's another one. And again, this is now if I do these specials in general, these review specials, I don't know if we'll cover as many movies as I am today because there was a few in the first one that I haven't covered that's already been out before. This one's been out for a little bit, and that, of course, is the latest from Yorgos Lanthimos, which is, of course, Bugonia. This one stars, once again, Emma Stone, Jesse Plemons, Aiden Delbis, in this crazy movie. And if you don't know what it is, two conspiracy-obsessed young men kidnap the high-powered CEO of a major company, convinced that she is an alien intent of destroying planet Earth. So the movie is bonkers, as you would assume that it would be, because it's Yorgos. And this movie, to me, there is some... let's go with the negatives first once again. I found it, and maybe it's because I know his movies now, I found it predictable. When it started, I was like, well, I'm pretty sure this is going to wind up happening. And it does. And then once you get to that actual moment, it goes so far into that cuckoo cuckoo thing that I was like, this is one of the reasons. And I will tell you right now, and you're going to go, okay, I can't take you serious right now because I love The Lobster. I did not love The Lobster. I didn't love The Sacred Deer. I didn't even finish it. Loved Poor Things. Loved The Favorite. So this one, to me, what I really loved about it, Emma Stone's performance, Jesse Plemons' performance, the lead up, when they capture her, the way that it's shot in general, the chemistry that they all have, all of that was great. I think you got to really be on board with all of the reveals, conversations by the time you get to the end of it to really be on board fully with the movie. I also, Aiden Delbis as Don, who is, I believe, Jesse Plemons' cousin in the movie, is also wonderful. The two things that they have together and how Teddy's basically convincing Don, said, look, this is all this of this woman. We're convinced she's an alien invasion. She's an alien. We got to get her. My mom told me so. And mom is played by Alicia Silverstone. Loved seeing her back. Wish she had a little bit more to do. But it's also brutal. The movie can be brutal at times, graphic at times. Like, definitely a dark comedy for sure. And that's the type of stuff I did like, the way that it was unraveled. I think it's just a matter for me of overall the story, right? And it's like where I was going and where I was. And sometimes that happens to you, right? You're watching like, oh, okay, well, if this happens, then if they do it the right way, then I'll be on board. If this happens, or it doesn't happen, or they fool me, I'll really be on board. Or sometimes it's like, maybe this is going to happen and it doesn't happen. They go completely different direction. Like, oh, that was terrible. I wish that would happen. Or they go, oh, this is exactly what's going to happen. And then they do it in a way you're like, eh. That's how I felt at the end. It's not a matter of how it was shot. It's not a matter of how it was directed. The guy is brilliant. Yorgos, it's one of those things where I'm always going to check out his latest movie because of what Poor Things did. Like it's so funny because like I have such a weird relationship with a lot of his movies. Like sometimes I'll be watching and I'm like, oh, I'm so in, and like, that's this movie. But then you look at Poor Things where I'm like, oh, I'm going to turn this off. I can't even. And then it's one of my favorite movies of the year. So I love how he makes me feel as him as a filmmaker. I love the way he makes me feel. I love the continued adventures that he makes me go on every time I watch one of his movies. So that alone, it to me it's worth a watch. It's definitely worth a watch because you might feel exactly opposite. I love the way they played this at the end, and you might wind up coming out of it going, that was great. Emma Stone will probably get nominated for this role. Jesse Plemons should get nominated for this role. His role is Teddy, and you've got to either really hate Teddy or really be on board with Teddy, and he does both of those things in this. Aiden Delbis is Don. You fall in love with him. You really do. He's just so solid in the role. And Emma Stone. You ask her, she can really do. There's really not much she can do wrong. And she shows it in this one. And what they're able to do, they're back and forth as Michelle and Teddy, Emma Stone, Jesse Plemons, or she's got to talk to him, convince him certain things, and then, manipulate, maybe not manipulate, maybe just try for survival. it's done very, very well. So overall, I'll go 3.6 out of 5 for Bugonia. Did you guys see this one? Did you like this one? Did you not like this one? Put your thoughts in there. Let me know. I'm not going to lie to you. I was pretty pumped up when I heard MasterClass wanted to join the show here. I've been a fan of MasterClass for a long time, and I was and had an opportunity to listen to both the Bob Iger, Natalie Portman, so many different people who have had these journeys that you want to hear these people talk about how they got to the places that they were, certain things that you wouldn't really be able to get unless you were signed up to MasterClass. So I actually gave a gift of this to a friend, and they were so surprised with how much access and how much they learned from MasterClass. I use it all the time, and I think you guys should use it too. Look, I'm telling you about this pilot I've been working on, and when it comes to performances, that Natalie Portman thing was extraordinary. So I hope you guys check this out. Listen to some of this stuff that you can do. You can apply CIA-tested tactics to everyday life with the art of intelligence. You can negotiate your next raise with lessons from Super Agent Rich Paul or FBI negotiator Chris Voss. Spice up your life with the art of sex appeal by author and sexologist Shan Boodram. I mean, there's so many different ones. You can look and feel better with courses on gut health, brain health, skin health. Get the subscription. It is so worth it. Most people who have MasterClass have the subscription. They know how beneficial it is. With MasterClass, you learn from the best, you become your best. With MasterClass, you get thousands of bite-sized lessons across 13 categories that fit into your busiest of schedules. If you're headed on a trip, you download classes to watch offline and make the most of your travel time. Plus, membership comes with bonus class guides and downloadable content to help you get even more out of each lesson. That's what I did. And the classes really make a difference. 3 in 4 surveyed members feel inspired every time they watch MasterClass. I'd be part of those 3 out of the 4. So MasterClass always has great offers during the holidays, sometimes up to as much as 50% off. Head on over to masterclass.com/Kristian for the current offer. That is up to 50% off at masterclass.com/Kristian. Masterclass.com/Kristian.